Welcome in, Renegades! So today we are going to have a great episode for you. We are going to look at the price. What the heck is happening right now? Is this the end for the internet computer's massive parabolic movement? We're going to talk about that. But first, we have some news that I would like to talk to you about with Toniq Williams. And this was actually something I got from somebody on Six Fig Stream talking about this, so I had to look it up, and I'm going to report on this now. So Toniq Williams actually responded here. Let's go back. Oh man, dang it, I went back too far. So Toniq Williams replies here to Altcoin Daily. He says, serious, is ICP centralized? Well, ICP is designed to revolutionize compute, and decentralization is key to its design. The network runs under the direct control of an advanced DAO called the network nervous system. So let's read deeper into this. So anyone can vote on proposals submitted to the NNS by locking up ICP tokens to create voting neurons. They are called neurons because they can be configured to vote automatically by following other neurons on a topic-by-topic basis. So this is what I showed you in my video yesterday. It's right here. Go check it out. We talked all about staking. So large numbers of proposals are being processed all the time, and they can be submitted by anyone. Some are related to general governance and simply coalesce community opinion, for example, regarding questions of network design. Other proposals actually cause the network to do something in a fully automated way. For example, they can upgrade the node software running on node machines around the world, or adjust one of its internal subnet blockchains. The decentralized NNS directly manages and evolves the network. The purpose of ICP is to revolutionize compute. You can build a social network on ICP 100% on-chain, see OpenChat OC, and you can actually join our ICP Renegades Open Chat group in the description for a great example of what's possible. This raises the challenge of decentralization versus efficiency. The automation of the network by autonomous decentralized governance is essential to the network's application of deterministic decentralization. So deterministic decentralization is how the network solves the efficiency challenge. The internet computer is created by special node machines that are currently run by about 120 different node providers around the world, which nodes the NNS organizes into subnet blockchains in ways that create high certainty, large Nakamoto coefficients while minimizing replication and thus cost. When creating or reconfiguring a subnet blockchain, e.g. by adding or removing node machines, in applying deterministic decentralization, the NNS takes account of a lot of information. It aims to ensure that the node machines that make up a subnet are A, owned and operated by independent node providers, B, installed in different data centers / co-location facilities, which are C, in dispersed geographies, and D, different jurisdictions. This can provide much more robust decentralization than anonymous POS validators running on big tech clouds, while crucially massively reproducing replication cost, which is essential to the internet computer's mission of revolutionizing back-end compute on blockchain. Last note, the configuration of subnet blockchains by the NNS also allows for the creation of specialist subnets, e.g. recently a subnet was formed entirely from node machines running in the EU, which has been a big thing we've been talking about, and Toniq Williams has been talking about. Affinity's been, doing a lot of big things around the world, being the biggest contributor to the internet computer, which will allow canister smart contracts uploaded to the network to be tagged GDPR compliant. Beautiful. Last note, ICP subnet blockchains are true subnets, not standalone blockchains. They are combined into a single seamless blockchain environment and are invisible to hosted smart contracts and users. Last note, technically the reconfiguration of subnets by the ICP protocol, Internet Computer Protocol, on direction of the NNS is highly complex and involves a lot of specialized cryptographic protocols, including a non-interactive distributive key generation protocol, key resharing protocols, and many other things, basically known as threshold signing or chain key crypto. TLDR, the internet computer is very decentralized by virtue of highly advanced, unique crypto technologies. Okay, cool. So that is awesome. I have made a very, very crucial staking video that goes behind how you do the staking and all this cool stuff. As you see, the internet computer is working to become a completely decentralized world computer that we do not have to worry about. One more piece of news and we'll get right into this price. And we're going to look at oscillators and everything telling us whether it's bullish or bearish right now, whether the dump is over. But before I do, I want to update you guys on something. I want to be very straightforward with my community. ICP Renegades NFT holders. I thought once we got to $12, we'd have enough. I did the math wrong, obviously, because everything I have is right here. Every ICP is accounted for. We have 63.9429 ICP raised so far after design fees, which is just the person who created the collection, and the listing fee, what it costs to upload the NFTs to the Entrepot or Toniq marketplace. So 9.41 of the total 188.31 is for donations. So this was only 30 bucks like a while ago, and ICP went way up, and now we get to donate like maybe 120 to 150 bucks to them for donation to Seattle Children's Hospital, which is going to help children in need, and 54.52 for the game demo. So this is like about 700 bucks right now at 12.10. So if this either goes back up to like 15 again, we might have enough, or if you guys just keep buying our NFTs over there, we're more than 3/4 of the way to build the game demo. We already have the developer. We just need the ICP. We're almost there. Every Saturday, we list a rare NFT on the market, and this number goes up because we have some great supporters. So thank you guys. And this, we have given our supporters tons of utility with the game coming, and tons of rewards for top holders. We've already given away $37 each in ghost tokens. It wasn't when we gave it, but it went up like a couple days after. So, and then we give 2 NFTs to top 2 holders. So people are getting they're making profit. They're starting to hold some really rare NFTs, and then they can just hold moon bags and be able to play the game and earn tokens when our token comes out. We're looking for a developer to build our token too. We might talk to our game developer and see what happens. So we'll see. It's going to be awesome. Guys, just stay tuned. Look for us on Entrepot and Toniq. So right here, as you see, there's a big reason we're down today because this $165 million volume, which we can't really complain about this, because I want to take you guys back on a little journey with us. As you see, we sat here around $10 million, $10 to $20 million for a long time. Sometimes we spike up to 26 for a day, $3.09. That makes sense because it's pretty low. But yeah, 292, only $17 million, $8 million right there. 8.97. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that we're up here almost to $1 billion in one day from $10 million less than barely less than 4 months ago. Less than 4 months ago, 10 million to almost $1 billion in one day. Internet computer, yes, the volume might be down because we can't go up forever. Bitcoin hit us with the Bitcoin hammer today. It's a pattern. I figured it out. So basically what happens is Bitcoin either does a pump, a little bit of a pump, and then a dump. It hits a support level on Bitcoin and then drops it. And what happens with any other altcoins is it goes up with Bitcoin, hits that support level, and drops with Bitcoin, because as you see, Bitcoin will hit a support level and then it'll drop that level. And what happens is when Bitcoin goes up to test it again, altcoins will go up to test it again, and then maybe Bitcoin will go down, or it will break out of that resistance level. And because Bitcoin brought it up and then dumped it, brought it to a support level, broke that support level, Bitcoin breaks that support level on the upside, but the altcoins cannot break back above that support because of whatever that movement with Bitcoin, the Bitcoin dominance and that pattern. It happens every time. It's going to be a real pattern one day. I think I've like 80% all of the way completed to an actual pattern. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that for sure. But yeah, this volume's still looking good, even though we just went from $16 to $12. This is a normal, healthy correction. Let's go look and see how far we've moved down in this last little bit. From $16 down to $12. We'll get a little bit of an idea what kind of percentage of a move that is to see if we're going to be bullish from $12. Whoa. Okay, right here. So as you see right here, we are down 40%. Okay, or $6 from top to bottom, it looks like, from top to this bottom over here. So now if we do bring this up, let's do it again. So that's all the way down to $9.82. But if we take it from the top here and we just move it to this one, then we're only 30% down to where we're sitting at. This looks like $11.90, and we're at about $12.02. So we had a nice healthy correction. We needed this. Absolutely, because if you look here, let's get rid of that. If you look here, we wicked above this, tested it as support, which is the 25 the 100-week moving average, and then we also have a 25-month moving average that we tested as well and got rejected. We would have broke out and turned this into support had the Bitcoin hammer not came out. Then the Bitcoin hammer worked and they did it again. It looks like big money is kind of scared of the internet computer right now. They know it's going to be huge and they keep trying to suppress it. Everybody in the world, FTX, Avalanche, and now like certain Bitcoin whales. This is what happens, but you got to hold on, ride the dips, dollar cost average. That's what you do. You go into Coinbase when it goes down, you pick up some ICP, not financial advice. That's what I do. You got to do your research and find out, what is right for you. And if it's going to work with your financial situation or whatever you have going on, I don't know. So I can't tell you, but you can watch my videos. You can look at these prices and you can make the best informed decision with your own research. That's what we do here. We make money because you do your work. I do my work. It gets done. So this is pretty cool. We're going to look at the smaller time frames, but I just wanted to show you went down about 30%. If we do go down more, that's going to be about 40% from the top. So that's almost 50% down. If we go to $8, that will be 50% down from 16. That's not going to happen, I don't think. There's a big level of support going all the way back here. I love this level because it has two massive levels that we can see going all the way back here. We tested this as support here, and then the candle touched it. And then close, and then it broke support here. Well, on this side, we test it here with this wick, and then we go up, break above it, and then this candle is tested as support here. Now, there is going to be resistance at 1328. This is another level where it closed, and then it closed right here too. Somewhere between like 1320, 1328 is a price that I'm looking at. So I think we're going to kind of bounce in this area for a little while. Unless we break out. I'm just saying, bounce in this area, and then we're going to head one of these directions, and there is a possibility we go down to this $10. So I'd have a buy order, but there's no reason it needs to happen. There is a lot of support here. So if this does happen, I don't see us really having to go much below 1061 to 972. This is going to be a massive area of support, as it was resistance for a long time, and then a broke-out level, and then a confirmed support and a big breakout. So I really don't think we're going to be going any lower than $9.72 if something absolutely crazy happens. But yeah, I don't think we even need to go down there. There is a possibility of testing 1071 though. That is where I'm looking at. Let's look at these moving averages now on the week. Before we go to the smaller time frames, I just wanted to get a few ideas because this weekly time frame is so very, very important. Let's get rid of all the drawings on here. Yeah, so like I said, there's really no chance of going back under 9 something. This is a level that I would really find a massive super amount of support right here. So you'd have a huge order down here, and if it does break, it happens, there is support at about 880, so $1 below that. But there's a lot of support right down here. So I really would have big orders at these lower prices. Now, I want to talk about a question that somebody had on this channel earlier, and they said, well, I bought 12 ICP at $15. Now it went down to $12. What do? I lost money. Well, this is why I tell people to have a long-term bag and a short-term bag, because it's what I do. I can't tell them what to do. All I can tell them is what I do. So I say, have a short-term bag, have a long-term bag to myself, right? So I'm like, that's what I'm doing. So now if my short-term bag goes down, then I'm a little bit more, hey, I need to make a trade. I need to do something about this, right? So what I do is say I put in 12 ICP at $15. Then it dips down to this $11.90 range. Well, what I would do is I would take, because I wouldn't put all my money in at $15 ever. I only put part of my money in at a time. And what I would do is when it went back down to $12, I would put 20 ICP into it. So if you do the average on the math on that, it would be $12.93 now for your average price. So it would only have to go to $12.93. And if you put, let's say 50 when it went to $11.90, you're talking about somewhere right around, $11.50. So, or not $11.50, sorry, somewhere around $12.50. That's what I was trying to, $12.50. So you would bring that average down. It would only have to go up 15 cents instead of $3. And then if it does dip down to $10, you buy again. And then when your average is going down to $11.10.50, then the price goes up and you're in the profit on every single ICP that you have. But that could be risky because it could, keep going up and you don't scale in enough at the time. So that's the only risk. You don't make as much money. That's the only risk. For it going up, there is risk of, ICP going down always. But what I'm saying is the more you scale in as it goes down, we don't really have to worry about much lower than 3, in my opinion. A black swan could happen and the ICP could be gone. But come on now. It's number, 17? By market cap? Yeah. It has $166 million in volume on a bad day. It's on a bad day. So yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. But I have to let you know that, crypto can go down. That's crypto for you. I'm not saying ICP, just all of crypto. ICP could go down. Yeah, Cardano, all of them. Solana, we can see Solana at 0. Just look at Terra Luna. But for the most part, it is technically sound. Everything that I have researched with all of these 1,000 videos I've done, definitely bullish on ICP. Now, this is not as worrisome to me because this is looking like it's going to form a head and shoulders and it's rolling over. So what happened is we just broke the EMA 9 on the daily chart. Okay, now if we go to the EMA 21, we're going to see some support. Okay, this is exactly why I was talking about this $11 area, and this is why I was talking about this $9 area right here. So as you see, we're going to have massive support if it does go to $11. I don't really see it having to, but we have this 21-day moving average, and we also have this previous resistance turn support with a big breakout, but it did curl over, which is telling me that whales took profit, and we're going to look at the CFGI here in a minute because we failed to break, and whales are smart. Bitcoin dropped us down. We went up to $16.30, and Bitcoin used the Bitcoin hammer on us, and this is what happens with the Bitcoin hammer. Do your research. Go look at Bitcoin. Go look, even the line charts. They show you a really good example. Let's pull up Bitcoin for a second. I just want to look and kind of see if there's something on this chart because I only looked at the line chart earlier. So yeah, if we look, this is absolutely crazy. Let's go to the daily though and get to the daily right here. And then we can kind of show you, instead of rolling over with Bitcoin, see, look. So this is what, let's get rid of all these. See, ascending triangle, I told you about ascending triangle breakout. There's a possible bull flag breakout too. So if we see, a move to above 46, I would really be looking to about 49K. But anyway, so let's get rid of all these drawings right here. And then look at this side by side with the internet computer. So we will have a couple of ideas here. Okay, so if we look at December 30th. Okay, December 30th. Okay, Bitcoin was down here on the 30th. Okay, when we had the big pump up, Bitcoin was down here. And if you look, Bitcoin kind of went down and then pumped up after that. But if we get closer to here, let's look at this, January 3rd. This is going to be very important, January 3rd. As you see this big candle down. Okay, and then Bitcoin, see this candle before it starts. Right here, let's really zoom in on this. Really zoom in. It won't let me get rid of that. So if you see this candle right here, when it starts here, this is a resistance level that got broke, okay, with Bitcoin. So this is a resistance. We get above this, and what it does is it takes this resistance level, turns it to support, and then breaks it. And then it goes right back up to the same resistance level, exactly at where that is. Okay, and then the internet computer, it stops at a resistance level down here. Okay, so what happens when the price goes down is Bitcoin can see as it goes down here, it can break back above this resistance level. Internet computer gets pushed down here and then can only get up to this bottom resistance line, while Bitcoin can go up to the next one. And it leaves the altcoins where they were at. With the Bitcoin dominance and this pattern, it is called the Bitcoin dominance hammer. That's what it's called. And it does the same thing every time. And then it can do it again, as you see when Bitcoin goes back up to test that resistance level, bring ICP back down. And what does it do? It brings ICP even further down. They can use this Bitcoin hammer multiple times. As you see, it did it a third time. A green candle, a red, and a red. And after it brings up to this resistance, and then ICP cannot break that other resistance again. As you see over here at 1348, it gets pushed down to that resistance, pushed below it, and then stays below it. So this is the original resistance at $14 with Bitcoin. The first one that broke, the second one was here. Bitcoin went back up into this channel, and the internet computer got rejected from this channel because of Bitcoin. That's the Bitcoin dominance hammer. And you can see it nails it down in like a hammer. That looks like a nail head right there. Boom. Bitcoin nails us down into the Bitcoin hammer. So let's look at the smaller time frame because that is the only reason we went down. There was still so much bullishness in the internet computer to come, and there still is. So this is very exciting that we got a nice cool-off period. This is a very important level right here, though, at $11 to $11.90. 11.98 to 11.90. Sorry. This is going to be massive support going all the way back, and we are testing this level as we speak. Now, we're going to have some resistance here at about $12.54 all the way up to about $13. Some big resistance because, as you see, we rode this all the way up to the 16. As soon as we were above this, we tested it here and just kind of went up. Let's get rid of those again. As you see with these moving averages, we are now below them. We have this looking like a death cross. Yeah, so it looks like some kind of a death cross that pushed us down here. And so, yeah, this is very worrisome in the short term, but not really worrisome with what ICP is doing. If we were still at $3, yeah, this would make me worry. We pump it to $4 back, that would worry. But we are in a massive bullish movement right now, and things can't stop us. So let's look at the CFGI. As I can't really see a big pattern right here in the 4 hour. It just kind of looks like we're in a symmetrical triangle right now. There's a squeeze going on right now. We could go up or down, and we watch these levels to know what we're going. If we do break, like 11.50, we could see a $10 ICP. Now, again, if we do break this $13, actually, I would even say $12.50, yeah, $13, $12.50 to $13, we could really see about a $14 ICP. And then that's going to be a big resistance area, and we're going to have to get above that again with some kind of a breakout, turn that level into support, and then we can go back to 16 again. But that is going to take some time and some bullish movements and some volume. We need to see that volume really move up. Now, I do want to get the RSI out here. Let's actually get rid of one of these because I don't think it's going to let me get that out there at this. So let's just do that real quick, get the RSI out here. And then we can kind of look at where we're at. Yeah, so basically we're about oversold right now. We were really oversold here, and we're oversold. So it looks like we're probably going to go back up. That's what yeah. So the volume, the RSI is so important. We are a little bit below the simple moving average for that, but this looks like a test of that level. And if we can go up to 12.11, we're going to break out of that level because this EMA 9 and this RSI 14-day simple moving average, they break out at the exact same time. They are very correlated on every single chart that I've seen, from the weekly to the daily to the 1 hour. These are super correlated. So this will give us a very good idea whether we're going to be bullish or bearish, whether we take this RSI on the 1 hour. Then we got to go to the 4 hour to see if it will continue. So you can't just use one of these time frames. On the 1 hour, it does look like we have a descending triangle, which is a bearish scenario. Sorry, I was going to go, but then I saw this pattern real quick. There is a possible descending triangle, guys. But this is a big support level right here, 1184. We tested 1170 or something, 1180 right here. So this is a big support level that I would be watching for a descending triangle breakdown, and then end up like maybe at that $11 level. But again, we have big support. There's no reason. We're oversold right now, and so there's no reason. If we can get back above 1212, 1211, we're going to be bullish. That's what that's telling me. Let's look at the larger time frames to see if that's true, though. Again, we had way over, but this is a healthy correction, guys. We needed this badly. Oh man, I was kind of upset to see a $12 ICP for a second, but when I look at the RSI now and how we cooled off, because we went from $3 to $16 in 3 months and didn't have really a cool off period very much. So we needed a massive, massive cool off period right now. This is beautiful. We do have this head and shoulders pattern that broke to the downside, as you see right about cha. Okay, we have this head and shoulders pattern, and let's see if it actually hit the price target. We could do this, and then the breakdown. So the price target is 1150. Well, price target is 1163. So this head and shoulders pattern right here just broke to the downside. Now I'm only doing it to about this part of this because I kind of want to keep the neckline. I mean, you could have brought the neckline even, higher over here, and some people would disagree with me, but I don't care. I'm going to do it right here because that's where the other shoulder is, and I'm going to do it right here because actually, I could do it to up here. It's not even that much bigger, just right there. You could even go all the way up to the head, all the way up there. So there is a possibility to hit this $11 level. I was being generous on that, just trying to go to the resistance level instead of the top of the head, which you do. Yeah, there is a possibility we go to 10, $11. So, but I don't think so. Yeah, I think we already broke this. We hit support. There's big support, even going back here to 1145 down to 1120. So if we do, have a brief temporary move to this side, I really think we're going to move to the upside again. But we already went down, like I said, 30%, and then in like a couple days, and then we went 40% in the span of 2 weeks. So this is very good. This is what I want to see. We've looked at all the time frames. I do want to look at the RSI on the daily, though, because we did not look at that earlier, and I think this is going to be very important. This is why we needed this cool off. This is 100%. Let's get rid of all this. Tell me what just happened there. Okay, get rid of all that. I want you to see this big curl over. Yes, we did break that moving average of 1255. We need to get above that to hold support, which would be nice. But we had this moving average sitting up here at 72. We really needed this cool off. And even as we start to go up, this is still going to keep coming down. So even if we go sideways or go down a little bit further, this is going to come down. Then we can break out of that again. There's no point to really pump up a big amount right now when this RSI is still way up here. So it would actually be beneficial to kind of climb up like this happened, and then a big spike. Once we break above, confirm that RSI support, move big up to the upside, because we don't want what happened here with a rollover to the downside and then taking a long time to move to the upside. So this is pretty good. Everything's looking really bullish to me. Let's look at the CFGI real quick, and then we're going to call it a night. This is kind of a longer video, but I really wanted you guys to understand what is happening right now. Yeah, 4 hours, the whales are still positive because they just took profit at $16 and then bought back in at $12. So yeah, on the 4 hour, the whales are positive. Things are starting to turn around. It looks like we might hold that support. Volatility is negative because we went from $16 to $12. Price score just went down a lot, so it's negative, but not very negative because we're still up. The volume is very negative because we went from like 3, 5, 800 million down to 160 million. Jeez, rich people problems, right? Rich people problems. Yeah. So, and then on the daily, as you saw, it's probably going to be negative. Yeah. So, but the whales are neutral because they're waiting to, get back in, and there is fear. Positive price score on the daily, even though, we did have a pretty big dip, but I guess still positive price score. Very, very volatile. Not a great volume on the daily. Impulse, very negative, which is weird because we just went down a lot, and this is a good price to buy for myself, I guess. For me, whales on the 1 hour, very positive, neutral, but beauty. It's the beauty. And then on the 15-minute, everything is positive, neutral, and the order book is negative. So yeah, things are looking really good. There are some bad things looming, but that's because the price went down. That's it. So, all right, guys. That being said, goodbye and good ICP. Bang!